Hey guys, how's it going? Collection here, and today we're looking at Bobby Drake, aka Iceman from the X-Men line. This is the Marvel 80 years kind of figure. I think this just coincides with the Marvel 80 years release. So all of the figures you're releasing this year probably are going to be tagged Marvel 80 years. So this is what Iceman looks like inside of his packaging. We've got a really cool like promo art on the left here, the Uncanny X-Men written on the top. We can see Iceman clearly through the packaging and also his ice kind of we can call it stand. It's kind of like ice formation that he can use to slide on. I think it's called the ice stand. If you look here, it's for people of age 4 and up. It's by Hasbro, and nothing on the side, but on the back here we see a little write up for Iceman. Iceman has the mutant ability to turn himself into a living being of ice. Once he does that, he can create almost anything he wants: ice slides, ice weapons, ice shields, not to mention his icicles and snowballs. So yeah, that's what it says. In this line, you can also get Storm, which we have, Dazzler, which we didn't get, Silver Samurai, which we didn't get, Cyclops, we didn't get because we had the Toy Fair exclusive. We've got obviously the Iceman here, and the Wolverine we didn't get because we had the the yellow and black, the Tiger Stripe Wolverine, which is our definitive version of Wolverine. So that's what the packaging looks like. We'll get back to the figure once we get him out of the packaging. Alright guys, so here we have Iceman out of the packaging, and just at first glance what I can see is he's got a really good kind of paint sheen effect going on. It looks really pearlescent, and if you have really good lighting, this is really gonna shine. This figure looks really good when it's under direct, like really good lighting. I don't know how it looks like without lighting. We'll just have a quick look. So that's without lighting. Yeah, it looks decent still. Getting the lighting back. Yeah, I think just with lighting, it just really kills it. Let's look at the accessory that he comes with. This is the only accessory that he comes with. The top looks like he can stand on it. It's kind of like a stand, his ice slide that he creates. So he just basically climbs on that and then he can just slide away. He used that power quite a lot in the comics. He's got a foot peg here. If you can see that, there you go. There's a foot peg here. Just really good ice formations. Yeah, it's hollow from the bottom, so it's just got like a few stand kind of strengthening joints. Yeah, nothing much to look at. It's all right. It's all right for what it comes with. Let's get a closer look at Iceman himself. So looking at the face, I don't know. It just looks like Deadpool when he doesn't have his mask on. I don't know why. It just looks really weird. The eyes have a black kind of outline. I think they use that just to signify that the eyes are really there because that's a contrast, and it looks like he actually has eyes. Yeah, the head sculpted all right. I don't know why this bothers me, but there's a line that's going right like between his forehead and his nose. So it just looks like he's got two sides to his head that's really divided by this line. Yeah, the body looks pretty decent. I mean, it's a Marvel Legends body, so I think he shares a body with Silver Surfer as well. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, everything else is it's just a basic bug body with no painting. It's just made in this kind of pearlescent kind of color. All right, so let's go through the articulation for the body. So his head is on a ball peg with a hinge, so he can look that far up, which is pretty good. He can look that far down, which is pretty good. He can tuck his chin basically to his chest. He's got good left right motion and really good pivot, or decent pivot, not too good. The abs can go back that far, can come forward that far, so I think it's pretty good. He's got butterfly kind of shoulder, so he can go back really well, come back that far front. So he can't do crossing his arms, can he? No, he can't. He can't do folding his arms, but yeah, that's pretty decent for a figure. He's got his arms can go all the way around. He's got a bicep swivel, double hinged elbows, which can go that far up. So that's not the best, but that's all right. Swivel at the wrist and a hinge. No, it's probably better seen like this. Hinge. There's no swivel at the waist. The belt is not a floaty piece, it's actually stuck down. So yeah, if you guys were wondering, it's not a floaty piece. The legs can kick out that far, which is not much, so he can't really do the Van Damme splits. He can kick forward about that much, which is pretty good. Forward and out that much, which is pretty decent. Not too far back because he's got his bum sculpted. Thigh rotation, thigh cut, double hinged knees, and it's pretty good. Well, he can't kick his own bum, so it's not the best, but yeah, it's alright. He's got a boot cut, but he doesn't have boots, so it just looks really disjointed and out of place. He's got up and down motion at the feet, which is pretty decent, and good ankle pivot. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for a quick size comparison with the Iceman figure. So this is what he looks like compared to another fellow X-Men. This is a multiple man. Multiple man's a bit taller than Iceman, which is, I think, fine. Yeah, I think Iceman in some iterations is supposed to be a teenager as well. But yeah, I think that looks all right. This is what he looks like next to Psylocke. Psylocke's a pretty damn good figure. So that's what he looks like next to Psylocke. Yeah, that Psylocke is so good. It's a really good looking figure. This is what he looks next to Nightcrawler as well. So we'll just bring him in. Sorry for disturbing the light, but yeah, that's Nightcrawler. Cool. I think we can add one more in there, but yeah, we'll just get Sabretooth in here. So that's what he looks compared to Sabretooth. Sabretooth obviously is a lot bigger. I think everybody else just falls kind of into scale and into place, so that looks pretty cool. So we'll get rid of the Marvel Legends and we'll compare him with a few other figures. We do have one more Marvel Legend that we want to compare him to, and that is the Toy Biz Marvel Legends Beast. This is what he looks like in front of or next to Iceman. Yeah, that beast is really good. He's even got articulation in his mouth here, so pretty good figure. And just lacks any kind of torso articulation. Next to Apocalypse. Apocalypse is just mammoth. He's a Build-A-Figure that came with Wolverine and a few other action figures. I forget which, but yeah, that looks really good. Yeah, but he's pretty massive, so he towers over everybody basically. Let's compare him to a basic multiverse figure. So this is the DC Multiverse Aquaman. So this is what he looks like next to Aquaman. Aquaman's a little bit bigger, but yeah, I think Jason Momoa is a pretty big dude, so that kind of works. And we're also going to compare him next to DC Collectibles Ultraman figure. Ultraman's supposed to be a 7-inch scale figure, but yeah, the Aquaman doesn't look too bad next to the Ultraman, so that's pretty cool. And that's what Iceman looks like next to these guys. So in closing, this is not the best Marvel Legends figure we've seen, but it does a decent enough job to look like Iceman. I think just with the right lighting, you can really get that pearlescent kind of look, which looks really good. And Iceman kind of looks like he's actually made of ice. So that I think that's the only thing that they got right. The face sculpt and the very plain body does let him down a little bit. And there's no shading to his body either. And his body, if you look here, the body is colored a little bit different to his hands and his legs as well. So yeah, there is a little bit of a discrepancy between his body and his legs and his hands, but yeah, and the belt piece is just solid white. So yeah, they could have done this a lot better, but I think for what we've got, it's a decent enough figure. Wouldn't recommend if you have other versions of Iceman, but yeah, it's just an okay figure.